Hello everyone. Don't mind me, I'm just reading some inferiorities to pass the time, and man, do I regret my decision. Now then, I would bash dog shit for dog fuckers, but I wouldn't know what to do with all the bullshit from the fans and Noda himself telling us how I started this from the very beginning, and then just jollying on over here with all his fucking stupid splooge money from the fans, and the fans eating it up like a cheap prostitute. I'm just pulling your leg here, even though I maybe kind of sort of meant it. Really though, when it comes to anime and manga, I never really respected it. And the reasons why is mostly because of that shitty animation and also more or less the sort of conveyor belt type of therapy theory, whatever it is every fucking person likes to use. And then they just throw it out like nothing ever fucking happens. And just try watching one of these. Try watching something like Pokemon and come back and tell me it is fucking watchable, it looks beautiful, when in reality, there's a PowerPoint presentation with far more frames than Pokemon ever wished they could. But anyways, let's talk about anime. When it comes to shonen, oh boy, that's where the problem begins to rise. Mainly because of the retarded decision to continue making the animes as cheap as one can be from the overuse of the frame skipping. You know, the same bullshit they use to save money. How is it for an industry that gets praised all the way to Kingdom Come for being better than the American comics? It still sucks and is far lazier in animation. Many people kept on telling me that it's part of the style and all that shit. Yet even animes like Baki decide that a strong generic man fisting the air needs for no reason at all to be 3D animated rather than simply 2D animating in those sections. Or Beastars 3D animating the whole show and adding in the dreaded frame skipping, which is retarded, rather than smoothing the whole thing because it just doesn't look right. For an industry with far more variety than the American spandex books, for some reason, the art style is the fucking same from one show to another. And when that's not the case, it's the most disgusting thing you'll ever give your sorry eyes. And when that's not the case, you'll be treated to a bit of deja vu because it's the same as the fucking last. Big glassy eyes, shitty anatomy, oversized heads, bigger no tits, more colored hair than principals, and a shit story to match. You want to read something good? You're better off trying to find it through a game of luck than actually being given an honest answer, which is what I did. From 2 shit Naruto and Dragon Ball suckers, they even make The Simpsons blush on how excoriatingly bad the 3 modern art masterpieces have managed to become. With one of the 3 being bad from the word go, only being kept alive by fanboy standards, and of course, company standards.
You grew up before our eyes.
Hey, Dad, how come they're taking the Cosby Show off the air?
Because Mr. Cosby wanted to stop before the quality suffered.
Quality schmality. If I had a TV show, I'd run that sucker into the ground.
I will admit, I'm not a big fan of the 3, but I can respect Dragon Ball and Naruto. Where the hell is One Piece? I don't know. Sure as fucking ain't here. So, do I have any qualifications to talk about anime and manga? Maybe. I guess not in some cases because I barely started getting into manga, and so as fuck with anime. Hell, I barely started in 2019. And with Demon Slayer, I just wanted to see what the whole fuss is about, and also so people, in case people say, well, you see, the manga's better, and you only watch the anime. Okay, let me do the opposite. Let me read it. And mediocrity, I guess. Neither is a bad, neither is a good. I guess it's not my cup of tea, but it is readable. As much as I like the whole little thing with the sister and the brother and the whole Demon Slayer Incorporation, which is obviously still. Anyways, I can at least respect it, and I can at least see why people really like it. So, to help me out with this whole thing with Dragon Ball, Boruto, and One Piece, here's a little friend that you could tell when his heart is aching, and when your mind aches. Here he is. A little friend.
You know, I tried getting into One Piece. I really did. And in fact, there's some characters I like, especially like Doflamingo and Ace, who are genuinely great anime characters. But wasn't for me. I understand there's people who I'm close to who enjoy it, but I just couldn't get into it. The art style wasn't for me. And I really can't stand that, you know, a lot of people claim, oh, Oda's planned this from the beginning. And it's like, you know what? No. There's no way someone could sit down years and years ago and create a story for over 20 years and act like it's still something he thought up of one day. That's just not the case. But we can argue about that and the art style and all this and that. But one thing we can't argue about is bad writing. And one thing I hate about One Piece is honestly what got me out of it was the death of Ace. Not just because they killed him off. Because honestly, it was a very beautiful and emotional scene. It was sad to watch. I felt Luffy's pain. You know, it teared me up. It was incredibly heartbreaking. It was such a beautiful scene. And the voice acting from the original Japanese voice actor was incredible. But then they went and ruined it. How, you ask? Well, they just replaced Ace like nothing. They just replaced him. They took the long thought to be dead third brother of theirs and just brought him back. Say, oh no, he actually didn't die. He's been alive this whole time. Never reached out to either Ace or Luffy for one reason. What was this reason? Amnesia. He just up and forgot about them. Didn't remember them. Only remembered them when he looked at the newspaper showing that Ace was dead. What? Can't tell me that's good writing. That is absolute trash writing. It shows that Oda realized he made a mistake by killing off such an incredible character. And some people's like, let me just bring it back. Not only did he replace Ace with another older brother figure for Luffy, but then he gave him the exact same devil fruit as Ace. Sabo just replaced Ace. Just boop, no more Ace. Now we have Sabo. Honestly, it was disgraceful, distasteful. And that's what got me out the series. Speaking of distasteful, let's talk about most anime continuations. Great example, Dragon Ball GT. Oh, it's bad. It's horrible. So originally, Dragon Ball Z, it's a continuation. Most people did get into Z first before watching Dragon Ball. That's how I got into it. I watched Dragon Ball Z. I had no idea there was an original series before that. Dragon Ball Z did the one thing that GT, Boruto, even Dragon Ball Super can't do. Respect the original continuity. Dragon Ball Z took what was great in Dragon Ball and built upon it. Hell, they explained more about why Goku had a tail as a kid by explaining, oh, he's a Saiyan from a whole other planet that was sent here to destroy Earth. Well, what is Piccolo? Oh, he's a Namekian from another planet. They explained more about that. They went into so many different things, such as bringing back the Red Ribbon Army. One of the big threats that Goku faced during the original Dragon Ball series. They were back. It was great how they built upon it, took the story and the ideas, and just kept growing. Really made a great anime continuation. And honestly, it made a huge franchise. Most people know as Dragon Ball Z, not Dragon Ball, because Z was the one that became more big. And honestly, it makes sense. Had incredible action scenes, great characters. Overall, good story. Not the greatest, but good. And that's all that really matters. But then you have GT. And isn't it something? Because Toriyama didn't even want anything to do with it. All he did was make a couple of designs that, admittedly, I think are really good. I like the fact that Super Saiyan 4 essentially just takes the Ozaru form and combines it with Super Saiyan. Makes a nice, good little circle. But then you have the characters. The characters. From making Goku now go back to being a kid with the magical black Dragon Balls that were never in Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball, but now they're here. Why? Reasons. And also now Gohan, even though during the original series at the end, he became Ultimate Gohan and became stronger than everyone else. Outdid Super Saiyan 3 Goku. At this point, he was truly the strongest character. Not anymore. Now he is weak and can't really do anything. Like, ask anyone, what did he do in Dragon Ball GT? Oh, that's right, nothing. He did absolutely nothing. Dragon Ball Z, he defeated Cell, became stronger, did all sorts of incredible things. He became the strongest character in the series. GT? Nah. Nothing. Then you have Vegeta. They give him the Bart Simpson haircut and an ugly mustache, and they just call it a day. Absolutely trashing on 3 of the big characters from Dragon Ball Z. Arguably, the 3 most popular. Trashed on them. Then Toriyama decides to come back years later. Makes Battle of Gods. It was incredible, made a lot of money, fans loved it. So they continued it more with another movie, Resurrection F. Again, it was good, I enjoyed it. But then they made a new anime and a new manga series. Now, even though a lot of fans, like to act like it's the greatest thing now, nah. You see, they're both two different continuities. They don't even follow the same story for the most part. They go off and do their own things, and sure, you can enjoy that if you want, but no. It continues the story and just disrespects what the original had. Again, by the end of Z, Goku's back alive. He's doing his thing. Vegeta finally acknowledges Goku as being his better and decides to continue to train and become stronger, but he knows he'll never beat Goku. Gohan, becoming the strongest character, still decides to go live a life, become a father and a husband, and do what he wants. Become a scholar. Alright, good for them. Now in Super, no, now Vegeta's still stubborn, wants to keep surpassing Goku. Goku's even dumber now in Super than he was in Dragon Ball Z Abridged. And Gohan is weak all over again. He's a nobody. Even though in the new movie they made him have a new awesome transformation and try acting like, oh, well, see, he's back. Oh, he's back, so is Piccolo. Nah, they were already back. Piccolo is already a great character through and through. Gohan was already the strongest, but now for some reason we all act like he isn't. And really it's just distasteful to what the ending of Z had. But it's as distasteful as it is, it's nowhere near as distasteful as Boruto. Man, Boruto does nothing but trash on the original series. It's part 1 of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. It's genuinely, I'd say, some of the best shonen anime. I think it's great. I love the story, I love the characters, and it does a lot of things right. It's not perfect, nothing really is, but it's still very good. Boruto just takes what it has and runs it through the mud. It ruins the ending of Naruto Shippuden. Madara was a villain that was set up from the beginning. Years of anticipation for Madara to return. Not just, I'm not talking strictly within the anime, no, in real life. Years of anticipation from a name drop. You believe there's Madara already back, turns out it's not really him, but they finally show him. And damn is he badass. Kicks everyone ass, shows who's Big Daddy, does what he does. He becomes honestly probably one of the best anime villains out there. And then they just kind of get rid of him. They just write him off as like, oh no, there was another side piece. Black Zetsu, the guy that was always in the background and never really did anything. Oh no, see, he's like Steppenwolf and just keeps yelling, Mother, all the time. Just like in Justice League. Why? Because apparently everyone's part alien now. Everything that's happened throughout all of Naruto's history, throughout the entire history of the show, all been planned out by Black Zetsu. He did all of this just to bring his mother back to life. Who's his mother? Oh, she's Kaguya. And she's an alien, because now everyone's part alien for some reason. See, they just kind of wrote in some bullshit that, oh, she was running away from who knows who. So whoever they are, they're big threats. But now she's the big villain, and the entire time she's just kind of crying and being like, my sons, and Naruto and Sasuke are just like, no, they get rid of her. Yeah. But it's really disgraceful when you realize that Madara really was the true final villain for Naruto. And they just had to continue it. Why? Simple. Money. They was making a lot of money, they wanted to get more. They're making more and it's trashing on the original series. Now you have these Otsutskis and they're just here because reasons. And in Boruto, they completely destroy original characters. Now Naruto and Sasuke are both really bad fathers who are just barely around their children. Shikamaru, one of the smartest characters in the original series, is now just a side piece who's not really there. All the new generation characters are all just knockoffs of the originals. It's like they bought them off a Wish. There's no point in any of them. They're all just, what do we do for this new character? Let's take the original, gender swap, and make them small. That's it. Also, why is it Sadara, who's an Uchiha, needs glasses when she has the Sharingan? What? She has some of the greatest eyes, but yet needs glasses. I'm just saying, that's stupid. That's really stupid. And it's really a shame to see, because both Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball, along with Naruto Part 1 and Naruto Shippuden, I'd say are great animes. They're really great. You want to sit down and watch something? Watch them. I say they're worth it. But their continuations and their sequels really they're distasteful. All they do is just name drop things and act like things matter. And it really ruins a lot of the continuity of the original series. Great example? Super Saiyan transformations. Man, they were legendary. Watching that growing up, it's nothing better. And it made sense how they got these transformations, from Goku witnessing his best friend get murdered in front of him, from Gohan witnessing all of his friends and family getting beaten to hell, almost killed, and then an android that was originally programmed to kill his father deciding to go against his programming and save Earth, get killed by Cell. It enraged Gohan so much he became Super Saiyan 2, the first one. Watching these transformations were incredible. What does Dragon Ball Super say? Nah, so you just gotta feel a little bit of tingle in the back of your neck. Just focus on that. What? You're telling me no one else in the original series realized that? No one realized, oh yeah, they got this weird tingle back here, and then just yellow hair. No one realized that. You know, I always thought Kid Trunks and Goten turning Super Saiyan was dumb. It still is. But this, man, that really dumbs down what being Super Saiyan is. It doesn't feel like that legendary transformation anymore. Now it's just a cheap gimmick to buy toys. I mean, that's always what it's been. It's always been a gimmick for merchandise, but now more than ever, that's really what it is. It's no longer just yellow hair. Now there's blue, red, pink, green. Why? Reasons. That's really it. It's all distasteful and just hurts the original series. And it's really a shame to see, because I do genuinely love Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and all of Naruto. Minus Boruto, because no. And I'm really hoping this isn't something that continues more with modern day anime, like Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero Academia, and Demon Slayer. I genuinely enjoy them, and I don't want to come back to the series later on and realize that it's just a shell of its former self. Because in all honesty, it's really a shame when that happens. All good things have to come to an end. As much as we might want them to keep going on and on, I think the part of the beauty comes from the fact that it was only there for a certain amount of time. It came and it went, brought a smile to your face, and you can look back at it, rewatch it, and still enjoy it. Wishing there was more, but being satisfied with what you have. But sadly, that's not the case with a lot of anime right now. And I hope that does change.
Chojin, the act of weeaboo smugness on topics the individual disagrees with in which they are likely wrong. Example, the disagreeing topics are most of the time subjective, yet the Chojin somehow gets it wrong. Hey, you may be asking, it seems like you just hate anime, you lying prick. Wrong. As much as you may believe one thing or another, I'd be a hypocrite to say I hate anime. I actually do love anime. For example, I'm a public offender of the contrary when it comes to Beastars. I've talked about it for way too much. My mom probably knows it, and she hates me. But also, I'm a fellow gay when it comes to my public love for JoJo. So yeah, I hate anime with the thick-headed knowledge many anime lovers do when it comes to this kind of stuff. So then, let me share a couple of my recommendations. In 2019, I was bored and got into a live TV channel dedicated to playing a bunch of old anime films, and one of the ones I found has a retarded name, that being Galaxy Express 39. I actually thought I'd be greeted to a shit magical girl or mech warrior show, but I was surprisingly wrong. It instead was a shortened and modified version of the show with the same name, which is an adaptation of the manga from, again, the same name. Galaxy Express 39 is a movie that revolves around a 12-year-old kid named Tetsuro, whose desire throughout half of the film is to board the train, named, again, the Galaxy Express 39, to reach a planet that supposedly gives away robot bodies. And he plans to use it to kill his mother's killer, Count Mecha. Tetsuro devises a plan to steal a ticket to board the Galaxy Express 39 from a rich woman, and supposedly these tickets are worth a child's life. In the chase, Tetsuro comes across a woman who helps him escape the police, and you will later on find out about Tetsuro's past, as well that the woman's name is Maitel, and looks just like his mother. Maitel offers Tetsuro a ticket for the 39 in return that he accompanies her, which he easily accepts, and so begins their shortened adventure into the vast universe. The reason why I love this movie more than the show is because though the movie gives you detail without necessary explanation, like when Suicide Bomber shows up to Count Mecha's place, or how Tetsuro knew that Esmeralda's had the exact location of Count Mecha's castle. As Tetsuro comes across many people and raves to them about the wonders of having a robotic body, those same people share their regrets and reasonings for their desire to return back to their original bodies. And when it's not that, people like Count Mecha show us and Tetsuro how immortality can destroy one's humanity, which would serve Tetsuro a reasoning to change his mind on getting a robotic body, and instead destroy the planet that makes, gives, and sells them. You know, actual character development. This one is probably one of my favorite slice of life shows because of just how hilarious and well-made the show is. Also, the money scenes? Mwah! Amazing and hilarious all at the same time. Nichijou is a show that revolves around the lives of 3 high school girls: Mio, Mai, and Yuko. The show can revolve around Yuko, Mai, and Nano helping Mio with a manga, and things go sour quickly. Or the 3 girls going camping with Yuko forgetting to bring mayo, and early in the same moment, she drops a curry for the 3 girls. These scenarios may sound uninteresting, but trust me, it's great, and a special place in my heart is prominent for the Principal Deer scene. The show doesn't just revolve around the 3 girls. Oh no, it occasionally revolves around an 8-year-old professor, her robot Nano, and their talking cat, Sakamoto. Also, the name of the professor is never really said, so I'll be referring to her by Hakase. Segments with these two are far more out of the ordinary, but arguably less memorable than the ones with Mio, Mai, and Yuko. The rock, paper, scissors scenes are funny, and the dancing segments in season 2 are just cute. But out of all of them, my personal favorite scene with the 2 is the crow. From the elegant voice to Hakase annoyingly angering the cat by ignoring his demands to return his scarf to him, and creating a useless robot who is solely powered by biscuits because reasons. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that he is able to talk because of the scarf Hakase made for Sakamoto. These are some of the more basic things that are in the show, and I know it also revolves around some of the side characters, or that they contain unrelated yet entertaining segments such as Helvetica Standard or Yuko's mid-class dreams. But I'd rather not give away the entirety of the show. Sounds fair? Good. For the more mainstream side of me, besides JoJo, since I just feel like I can do it justice in short talk, I would recommend My Hero Academia. Also, the superpowers are cool and amazing, with one of my favorites being Todoroki's half-and-half fire and ice powers, and Bakugan's power of explosion. Y'all probably expected me to mention All Might's One for All or Midoriya's identical powers. It's not as cool as Icy Hot or Beyblade's explosive temper. But that doesn't stop him from being an interesting idea. I enjoy the concept that Midoriya isn't just given all these amazing powers because he did one stupid thing and doesn't need to try afterwards. Instead, he actually has to train himself and his body to be able to use them properly, or else he'll die. I also do like that he isn't given full access after one training session. Instead, he is given a certain percentage of his power. Though the other students don't need to train like Midoriya has to, they still needed to be able to use them properly and geniusly in ways nobody would have ever thought of. Midoriya isn't exactly my favorite character because he just isn't that interesting. He's just a fanboy who wants to be a hero because of All Might, and really, that's his only drive. Besides Yokai Watch having an ego the size of France and treating him like shit, while Midoriya takes it about as well as Sasuke's pegging partner. The character I find interesting as well as my favorite is Todoroki, since he has an unusual drive to be a hero. He isn't Midoriya where he just wanted. Rather, Todoroki was birthed after the try because his mother really wanted 3. Really though, the best joke in the series isn't just the unnecessary movies, but the idea that Todoroki's father Endeavor birthed him to surpass All Might in the most unheroic way possible by abusing, mentally scarring, and imprisoning her wife in a mental hospital, just for All Might to forcefully retire due to him losing his powers and pass the title of #1 hero to Endeavor. Spoiler alert, he hates it. For Yu-Gi-Oh!, again, he's simply an egomaniac too hot-headed to garner any interest from me, but don't worry, it ain't One Piece. And there you have it, my thoughts and recommendations for anime, and I hope I didn't offend anybody. But even though, I really don't give a shit. At the end of the day, it is whatever it is. You love one thing, you love another. I prefer American cartoons many times when it comes to anime. Show me an anime, and I'd probably go over there and watch season 3 of SpongeBob, the Tattletale Strangler. And, yeah, you love anime, you like watching Akira, go for it. I like Akira, let me join in. You like watching One Piece season 55,075,221? Go for it! Even though it might suck harder than a prostitute. And as much as the fan fiction that One Piece is actually going to end with him finding the treasure, and at the end of the day, it's just going to say, it all ends with you finding out the true meaning of friendship. And then everybody's going to start giving out the whole havoc. But enough about my wet dreams. As I've mentioned, you like one thing, I like another. All I could do is go here and just give my thoughts and hope that I could at least change a couple minds when it comes to mainstream animes. And because really, we're not all God. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for my little friend and me, and then you for being over here, helping me with my heart aching. And thank you so much. Have a good one.